Okay, so yeah, I kind of took the bulk too far.
I've been bulking for quite a while now, so I've decided it is finally time to begin the cut. This is my current physique. Let's see how I look like in 30 days time.
1 month later, and this is the progress I've made.
Not too bad. The progress has been pretty decent, and as you can see, the abs are back. I've lost about 5 kilograms over the past 30 days, and I've kept the muscle. In fact, I've even gotten stronger on some lifts.
So, what did I do over the past 30 days to lose the weight with ease? Well, I guess I'll just show you. Tomorrow. Morning, so I thought I'd go through what I'd usually do and the habits I stuck to that made the last 30 days an absolute breeze. First thing, we wake up, and I usually would have a glass of water or something to drink. And after having that drink every single day, I would usually weigh myself. Weighing yourself is a great motivator, keeping track of progress, and if the numbers aren't going down, you know you're doing something wrong. But don't expect the weight to go down every single day. Just look at my weight over the past 30 days. It fluctuated like crazy, even though on average, it had a downward trend, and I did end up losing 5 kilograms in just 30 days. Now, to achieve this consistent weight loss, there are a few habits I stuck to, but none more important than a simple rule I followed, and that is sticking to a calorie deficit. So we've got to start the day off strong with some breakfast. Now, I usually mix it up between some eggs and toast, maybe porridge, usually add some protein to that, or what I'm having today, some protein pancakes. I made these using some fairly simple ingredients, easy to make, 50 grams of protein and 700 calories, including the toppings. I'll link any recipes in this video below. Oh, let's dig in. This dish, absolutely great. Last bite. I am absolutely stuffed. The main goal of this diet is to taste delicious, mainly, be filling, and contain at least some protein. Now, this meal definitely achieves every single one of those things, especially the protein. It's a bit overkill, 50 grams. I also usually drink some coffee alongside my breakfast just to reduce my appetite. Caffeine's great for that, boost energy. Caffeine's good for that too. I also have it with a little bit of milk, so that's a little bit additional protein source. And of course, once I'm done with all that, I type up my macros in an app, make sure I'm sticking to my calories, protein goal, whatever it is. You don't have to do this forever, but definitely try for the first few weeks on a diet to type up your calories. And that way, you're gonna be able to stick to your goals so much more easily. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break and have my pre-workout meal. Alright guys, on to meal number 2. I made myself a porridge with a banana. I also added some protein into it, cinnamon swirl flavored, 5 grams of creatine. So yeah, this has just got a ton of protein and it tastes really good. It's gonna fuel me for my workout, which I'm going to hit after I finish this. I'm so hyped. I'm gonna hit the gym. After having my pre-workout meal and just before heading out, I prepared a pre-workout drink. Helps get a pump and caffeine keeps my appetite in check. Damn, I just made a little mess. Alright, either way, give me a sec. Okay, so now I made myself a little pre-workout drink before in the gym. Make sure to mix it with water. Some people like to dry scoop it, but you're gonna get half the benefits if you don't drink it with water at least, so. Time to get a little workout in. Now, another thing I like to do is walk to the gym, get my 10k steps in. Honestly, there's a lot of research to say this, but 10k steps is just great at burning calories. I mean, it's pretty easy to do. You don't get tired. You can do it every single day. It's a bit over an hour of walking. And yeah, the distance to the gym and back is pretty much 10k steps for me, so that's what I do. I like to go to the gym. Some people like getting coffee and stuff, which is pretty great. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting 10k steps, especially if you don't like to go on many runs, do too much cardio. This is just an easy, low effort way to burn an extra 3 to maybe even 600 calories depending on your weight. If you struggle getting in the steps, you can just go cycling or play a sport with friends. Even just standing at your desk instead of sitting can do a lot sometimes. Now, onto my training. I'd say this is the most important thing behind a calorie deficit. Strength training is key when it comes to keeping it or even building muscle when losing weight. After all, it is fat you want to burn and not a six-pack. I train the same on the deficit as I do on a bulk, keeping intensity high and pushing myself harder each and every session. Today's a push session. Chest, shoulders, triceps. Woo. Let's get it. This is of course part of the PPL split I do, training back and biceps and legs on the other days. I'd say because of my habits, I've been able to maintain my strength over the course of the past 30 days rather easily. Even today I was ill and I still managed decent numbers. 46 kilograms on the incline was relatively easy for me compared to just 1 month ago when I first started hitting it. After 2 to 3 sets of each exercise, I moved on to the next. Out of all the exercises, I've been getting strongest the most on the JM press. Today I even hit 3 sets of 80 for between 6 and 8 reps, which is a PR. I always rest well between sets. It's key to pushing yourself hard. Aim for at least 2 minutes up to 5 minutes, especially on heavier compound lifts. Control the reps and use a full range of motion. This way you focus on feeling the muscle and avoid unnecessary fatigue from other muscles. Drinking up, I finished today's workout with 2 sets of chest flies and some tricep pushdowns. After finishing the workout, I felt great, and as you can see I was still getting a really good pump on this cut. Honestly, the right nutrition and training style makes a huge difference. Do it right and cutting becomes as fun as bulking, at least initially. Single digit body fat is still a drag. And with a few mandatory poses done here and there, I was ready to head back home.
Alright, that's it for today's workout. Time to head home. Gotta finish the 10k steps. Sometimes I do cardio at the end, but not today. Cardio is pretty important. Just walk on the treadmill. Incline treadmill is pretty decent. Lower effort, just like walking, but you burn slightly more calories. Half an hour, boom, that's around 300-400 calories burned. Not too bad. Honestly, burning calories is pretty key if your diet is hard to stick to, because you can just eat more and, you know, makes it easier. But number one thing though still is not eating McDonald's and stuff like that, because that's definitely not going to help you.
Before heading straight home though, I did decide to go on a small shop. Now, I wouldn't recommend shopping often. What I do is I shop once a week to avoid cravings. Seeing a lot of foods I would like to eat in the store isn't the best thing, so I try to avoid it. Other than that, when I'm in the store, I aim for high protein, low fat sources and avoid ultra processed foods, of course. Most foods like this won't keep you full and will make you feel awful without you even realizing it, so best to avoid them. This doesn't mean you can't have a pizza or McDonald's meal from time to time, but avoid it if you can, as you will more than likely overeat or remain hungry afterwards. That said, you can compensate any fast food you do eat with a walk. Just remember, you can eat 500 calories in 5 minutes, but it will take over an hour to burn off, which is kind of crazy.
Okay, I just got back home, finished the 10k steps, managed around 12k, over 12k steps, pretty decent. It's a lot of calories you can just add on and eat more, or maybe if you want, you know, just helps you lose the weight a little bit quicker. So that's out of the way. Now I'm back home, I'm gonna have a little rest and then have something to eat. I've got some pre-made meals in the fridge which I'm gonna have, and it's gonna be pretty decent.
One of my favorite habits I've stuck to is meal prepping. You make food in advance and stick it in the fridge. A simple and easy meal I like to make is chicken and rice. Plus, it hits all the macros as long as you add some greens to it. Most foods last up to 4 days in the fridge, and if you have a freezer, you can meal prep for much longer. I recommend prepping meats and sauces separately to things like rice, helps make the meal feel fresh.
And there we have my meal for today. Chicken, broccoli, the glass is pretty hot. And some green beans. Pretty nutritious, and well, it's got protein in it. There's not much to say, it's nothing special, but it's good enough, and you can make it in bulk pretty easily. So that's what I do, meal prepping. Just makes life on a diet easy. And obviously it can get a little bit repetitive though, so switch it up. I'm having chicken and rice now, but you can also have beef and rice, or you can have, you can just have a lot of stuff, like this stuff. Hopefully I showed something on screen. Yeah, my brain isn't working currently. I don't know. I'm really hungry. I'm just gonna eat this. All right. I'm so stuffed after that. And it just goes to show. 30 days of dieting and I can still get stuffed eating foods in a deficit. Whoa, I'm so stuffed. I've still got calories left as well. So I'll see you again when I'm onto them. Now there's also one more thing I like to do when cutting down, and that is just play around with this football. Maybe go to the park, maybe just kick it around my house. It just helps a lot. You just burn calories without thinking about it. So I just, play around. It's pretty fun actually, surprisingly so. And whenever I just walk to the kitchen, and I just have a football with me. For snacking, I usually just have something like this bowl of popcorn, which is literally, this whole bowl is like 400 calories. It's kind of crazy. Popcorn is one of the best things you can have on a diet because it doesn't have many calories for the volume it takes up. Things like watermelon are great. You can also have some berries, anything really to just that tastes good, takes up a lot of volume. Now I'm gonna finish this bowl, I'm gonna snack around a little bit and then tally up the calories for today. Honestly, the workout, the cardio, the steps, everything has just been great. For over the past 30 days, it just made everything so easy. The easier something is, the more you can stick to it with less willpower.
Apart from fruits and veg, which are great low-calorie options and snacks, you can also opt for high-protein sources if you're behind on your goal. I often had a protein yogurt on off days, or I'd drink a protein shake from the store, or I'd eat some protein pancakes. Add some low-calorie chocolate spread and a banana, it tastes great and has protein. And as a last resort, you can have a Monster. Just kidding, if you're low on protein and you can't get it into your diet without exceeding calories, you can just always have a whey protein shake, low in calories and a ton of protein.
Protein shakes are great in general if you're lacking on protein, or if you want to eat something that doesn't have much protein and then, kind of catch up. For example, I had popcorn today, and this is going to kind of balance it out. 20 grams of protein, 100 calories, can't really go wrong with it. I like the Isolate Clear Whey Protein. This one is really good because it's like a juice.
And I love the taste of juice. Again, taste is everything. Remember, guys.
Tastes really good. The Vimto flavor is really good. It tastes literally like Vimto, but without the sugar, which is pretty great. Okay, now I finished today with 2,400 calories and 190 grams of protein. My goal throughout this whole 30 days was to aim between 2,000 and 2,500. On average, I managed to eat around 2,100 calories, which kind of meant I lost over a kilogram a week. Although the first 2 kilograms you lose is probably just water weight and glycogen, so slightly less than that. I've weighed pretty good. My goal for protein was anything above 150 grams. You don't have to go overboard, but when you're losing weight, eating more protein is probably better for you. So definitely try and get your protein in. Not to mention, most protein sources like chicken breast just fill you up more. Protein overall is pretty decent. If you're not into meat, vegan sources are good. Lentils, for example, you can eat a ton of lentils. They have a ton of good nutrition in them and a ton of protein for not that many calories, which is pretty decent. So just replace rice with lentils or something. I don't know. It's up to you. Your diet should be pretty flexible, and sticking to it can be pretty easy if you follow a few simple habits. I managed to lose a pretty decent amount of weight, look pretty good within just 30 days, and I made it easy for myself. Still got some popcorn left, and I haven't finished this drink, so I'm gonna do that now and then head to sleep.